an amazing draft coming in from both sides, but only one can go through and win and get that point. Which one would it be? Lead or Homeboys SG?
By the way, the one more combo, guys, the Joy and Angela is crazy. You gain bonus shield on top of the existing shield
That
of
you
the
already
Joy.
have.
You have movement speed in your ultimate, which Angela also provides. Your focusing mark that you're also dealing with the Angela talent as well deals both stacks with KLBJ's ultimate. And then if that all fails, you still got a heartstring. So yeah, this is a very scary combo coming out from Bleed. We'll see how they execute it to the T.
The main priority that we are looking out for is level 4. Once FMM gets himself to level 4, or perhaps even KLBJ, I think that is where Havoc will pretty much happen. So right off the bat, we are experiencing, we are looking at the fact that KLBJ is moving more towards the purple to orange buff rotation. So he wants to pilot and just kind of like focus down on the EXP lane, while things a little bit of the same coming from Homeboys. They are all generating themselves over to the northern part of the map to focus and prepare themselves for the upcoming turtle. So control of the territory is ultimately going to be very important for both of these teams, since both of their jungle rotations.
One thing I'm looking forward to analyzing on for this game is the rotations in these early to mid game kind of strategies. You see, Bleed, they are sticking with the norm. They had the Angela, they had the glue going up in the EXP lane and getting that early level 2. But Homeboys, on the other hand, they're playing it very, very safe, very, very defensively. And I talked a lot about heavy lane and loose lane. So in this point of time, Bleed should be looking at just targeting onto the EXP lane as the heavy lane. You want to keep Paquito under pressure at all times. If Paquito's under pressure, you have a very slow rotating EXP lane. The turtle dance is ensuing. It's a little bit slow. Super Jocks starts on with the fight.
Hex does have the ultimate from Angela as well. KLBJ will take his own, so looking in, it's going to be Super Jocks. It seals the turtle away from the cave, but FMM comes in. He's the true damage off. Oh, he picks up Super Jocks, and now KLBJ running for the continuously running. Yigu gets dragged all the way underneath her. KLBJ coming in for the secondary engage. JPL vengeance all the way out. Bleed will lose the turtle, but they still take one person down.
That was a very, very smart play by Bleed. Support our players who are representing with pride, honor, and passion. Scan that QR code and fill in the code. Hashtag our pride, our passion.
I find it fun to see a Valentina actually getting herself the hard card.
Yeah,
I love to see that. Now, of course, with that all said and done, we pretty much have a relatively good idea as to how these two teams pretty much clashes against one another. Even though it is so early in the game, you can see that there's a lot of sustainability that can potentially happen into the later stages. Both teams, they want to leave the gold lane as it is. Let it be a matchup of skill. Because both of these players, it seems like they are very, very confident.
Okay, ultimate activated as well. Bruno Pure tries to split dash around, but walks right into JPL. He does the final slash. What? Homeboy stack and small walks right into JPL final slash.
That was beautiful to watch. That was beautiful to watch.
It's literally walking straight into your damage. JPL was like, hello.
No, that is a testament to what we can expect from Bleed's team fight, right? JPL is capable of pushing out that big final slash, but what happens afterwards? That's the problem. What happens afterwards? Are they able to capitalize on that? Okay. Will they be able to do anything?
There's a bloody hunt as well. Here comes FMM's hard guard at the same time. Final slash will not be able to connect anything for now. So all is A-OK. Crisis averted, but that's a hard guard. Gone in 5 seconds towards the turtle fight.
Homeboys are really sticking together this time around. They are leaving that EXP lane open. You see the first rotations coming in with that lane swap. But Homeboys, they should look for easy game pickoffs.
There's another hook. The decimation will come in. Zegino coming in. Flicker for the swap combo. The duo from Charlie and Mega as well coming in. KLBJ. And then you enjoy the beats of the joy as the members of Homeboys fall. Retchy will not be available. Lead secures the turtle for now.
This is very interesting. Like Homeboys, they were set up, they were rotating towards the turtle a little bit sooner than Bleed, but Bleed still had the better of them because of the mishook by Derry. Hooked over the wrong person, hooked over someone that would wipe out the entire backside of that team. And yeah, really needs to farm up, really needs to buy a lot of time. Okay, JPL.
Vengeance coming in, Targar coming in, clutch. Tag trying to make a play, but Dak will be there. FMM, the 2 damage healer after all. He just needs to play this game with only one finger, and he's still taking 2 members down.
So the hard guard came in clutch to really give them a lot more of the space and the opportunity to eventually fight back. Since the catch momentum just doesn't really quite work out in the early stages anymore because of the hard guard, right? In the later stages, that is where the hard guard starts to have more of a diminishing returns because Homeboys will eventually congregate together. They will have so much more damage. So the hard guard eventually will come in as a secondary priority from saving anyone that got caught. But the primary priority is, like you said before, Jace, is to really bolster the defense of this very fragile Joy.
2 questions right here, right? Bleed, next time you see the items, take a look.
Yep.
Deck does buy the robe boots as well, so that means that something is a miss right here. But for the side of Homeboys, Pex, do you take the hard guard? That's the biggest question because I'm not too sure how the Valentina's interaction work. Right?
No, it's not a roam.
It's not a roam boost,
Yeah, it's
right?
not a roam
Okay,
boost
maybe
yet,
the maybe that thing, the UI is a little bit of an issue. Just want to double check on that. But okay, Pex, as the Valentina, do you take the hard guard? You're not able to do damage if you go to hard guard as a Angela, am I right or not?
Yes. You won't be able to do anything from
Yeah,
that point.
so which means that you remove yourself as one of the main damage dealers from the side of Homeboys.
But you sort of have a free teleport over to whoever's getting injured or in a spot of bother. So it's sort of like an imminent backup for any member of Homeboys. But for Bleed though, their only key contention is to keep Pure Cure at bay. Once you keep him at bay, you don't have that burst damage. And like we said during the draft, Homeboys really need to play towards that early game. If they keep buying time, if they play towards the late game, they will have a tough time.
Ultimate already committed by KLVJ. Looking at the Wretched Finger, still going to be secured by Bleed. Derry right here gets immobilized at the same time. JPL steps forward just a little bit. The spray coming out from Bleed, not enough to do any damage, but Homeboys will lose one. But Brandon coming in for the flag at the same time though. He's in a spot of trouble. Pex comes in with the Angela Ultimate. JPL looking for a slash, but will not be able to find it for now.
Oh!
The KASIH curse strikes! Final slash! Catches nobody, unfortunately. He's the one that got caught instead. But Dak with a snipe downtown just will be able to do the damage control as both these 2 teams just disengage.
Rena's apathy from Deck. Oh man, that was
though.
a very good snipe, good follow up from Bleed, but a little bit slow on the trigger.
No, there's also one thing that we were talking about is about the Valentina, right? Valentina with the hard guard, right? It gives them a very good idea that they want more global presence, right?
Yeah.
When Pix gets himself that the hard guard, he got global presence, he give a shield, and once it pops out, he immediately can start doing damage.
But he's doing that because he's reacting to Bleed's drop.
Yes.
And remember, I'm on the side where I don't want to be reacting, I want to be taking the drop, right? So it's just Homeboys adapting to what Bleed wants to do, and Bleed is taking over in terms of the map control, evidently via the kill score.
I on the other hand, want to debate to that, right? Because personally, I feel that, yes, at points in time, you want to dictate your own pace of the game and create your own tempo. But right now, because they are behind and they are kind of losing out in the early stages of the game, I think it is okay to still be reactive and play a little bit off tempo. And whatever that you can get is, I mean, you just take whatever that you get, right? If Pegs wants to go for final slash, you are setting up for fight. But that also means that you need someone to really come in and follow up.
JPL walks into a bit of a wrong neighborhood. Bennett's rage pushes Homeboys away. That's one flicker burned by Pegs.
I just wanted to add on to both of you guys' point is that Homeboys using or taking up Angela's hard guard to be a little bit more defensive within the plays does work. But we're talking about dictating the plays, being reactive and aggressive and dictating plays. Homeboys, when you have a Franco in your team, you have to be able to go out fishing. You have to be able to secure kills. You have a lot of burst potential. On the top side, though,
Solo kill immediately. You see what Derry does. The Bloody Hunt lands. Sakino flash. Oh, there's also JPL with the final slash. Wait, hold on a second. JPL, he's not the roam anymore. He's actually like an EXP laner. KOBJ going in. Double kill with the ultimate JPL. Wait, this is not a roamer. This is an imposter. As he sets his up for team for success.
This is just going out bad for the side of Homeboys because unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the end
Oh,
of it.
not only just that, KLBJ will be able to absorb onto and then doing Dogwood, treading through, gonna kill, Suburban Jocks, gets immobilized, Saginu coming out at the same time, and then again the lock.
Oh!
Another snipe. Zach is not happy after game number 1.
Oh boy, right on the nail. Dak manages to get that beautiful snipe down. But Bleed, let's break that down a little bit. They eventually managed to find a very good kill just by the game of macro. And of course, we're talking about Lost Dance after all.
A lot of things going on for Homeboys. Homeboys actually had a very, very slight advantage. Yes, they were behind in gold. It's not much. They were behind in kills. It doesn't matter, because they secured that first tier mid lane turret. In theory, Homeboy should have just opened up the entirety of Bleed's jungle and just made it their home, play a little bit more aggressively. You have a little bit more damage from those power spikes. Just take pickoffs by pickoffs, but they focus. They decided to go straight towards the objectives instead, and they were a little bit too greedy. I think that they should just hold back a little bit, play towards their advantages within map control, map tempo.
It does seem like JPL immediately goes down, Dairy goes down in the meantime. But Dak, it seems like he's going to be in a little bit of trouble or not.
He's going to use the sniper like a shotgun instead. Girl try to push, swaps over to the Nibiru as well. Dak on the chase. Meanwhile, KLVJ pushing down. By the way, Homeboys taking losses right here. And there's another Lord that's marching down top.
I didn't even realize that the Lord went down, or rather, I just completely forgot.
Completely forgotten.
I completely forgotten.
Yeah.
So this is the problem now. Bleed has managed to find a kill, or rather find a fight against Homeboys, and now no one's here to stop the Lord.
They're trying to stop it right now, but there's only 2 members making 3. Packs going in, trying to wave clear in the mid lane at the same time, but Homeboys, they already lost topside turret. Harry looking for some form of place to actually find him, but no, he actually misses. Immediately get punished. Kevin J pounces on top of him for now. The Lord will get cleaned up for now, and yeah, it's doing the damage. Then again, Crisis averted for now. Torn apart memory just a nick of time, but JBL step forward to fight a slash, and he flickers backwards. Suppression by Zach, and also not only just that, it's gonna be KLBJ will be able to get out of dodge for now, but FMN taking too much damage. Decimation coming in, and Silver Jocks is trying to pay it back. Bleed has successfully cleared up. Homeboys topside and mid, and Bleed overstayed their welcome.
There's a lot of push and pull in this fight, and it is all dictated because of KLVJ. Unfortunately, KLVJ got outplayed a little bit here and there, and once he
still alive though.
I mean, yeah, he's still alive because here's the thing. Whenever he got outplayed, he loses that dash, right? He can't follow up with dashes anymore. So now he will tell the entire team of Bleed, look, we cannot take a fight. I cannot pop my ultimate. Look, I cannot do this. I cannot do that. That's why you start to see that Bleed, they are not jumping onto the opponents to extend the Lord's health. It's because of KLVJ unable to pop out the ultimate. There is no creeps for him to continue dashing all the way in order to get that power spike of the ultimate.
In this late stage of the game, I think Bleed got what they came for, taking down 2 tier 3 turrets in the mid lane and the top lane opens up a huge chunk of the map, especially towards the side that the Lord is spawning up. But to add on to your point, in this stage of the game, QVJ's job as a Joy is not to it's not basically to deal a lot of damage. It's just to keep a lot of members of Homeboys
No! Hard card. Okay, hover for it. Oh my God, Crisis averted for now. The Homeboys will take this opportunity. Spotted 2 members down bot, but no, they're releasing the Lord pressure away. They're afraid of the King.
But let's not forget about Virno Cure. He's still going to be pushing down to the bottom lane. Homeboys is probably going to be expecting a movement from the side of Bleed, but now they have information that there are 3 down to the bottom lane, so all they need to do is deal with this 2.
Derry stepping forward, just a little bit over-aggressive right here. Saginu does have the stack on top of him at the same time. KVJ coming in at the same time. Saginu, no! Bounces on top of Derry this time around. Will be able to possess. He flickers forward, and the Lord goes over to Super Jocks. Homeboys right here fighting for dear life, and it's all down to Super Jocks extending that life.
Perfect execution from the homeboys. Although I would say that they were literally playing with fire, as Virnocure has created so much space, they have information, but Jocks was still kind of like not really very comical to the fight of the Lord. He should have just kind of like busted down everywhere, but the main thing when I was looking at him, he was just kind of like standing there, waiting for the perfect time for the retribution, waiting for the perfect time to do things. So at least what he have in mind is not about the fact that the rest of members of Bleed is coming in, but what he's concerned about is, I need to land this retry and take this Lord.
A lot of stress on definitely on Super Jocks right here, right?
Red team
I mean, right now, it's just about Bleed just trying to defend this. Super Jocks coming in from the wall. The Bruce Passions come into the deck. Bottom side of Virnocure creating so much pressure. I don't think FMM can hold him down.
So it's a very, I would say, a lost lord for homeboys in this one. I'm able to take down the minions as I'm able to take down the turrets as Bleed going on a very strong defense. Now the economy is evened out. Bleed should be able to look for kills again and again and again. Try to cycle the rest of homeboys, because homeboys, knowing how aggressive they play, knowing how confident they are going into team fights, Bleed should be able to just single out one player of the team, should be able to do target prioritization. Derry at this point just throwing his body in. So I would say Bleed, try to look for Enya as best as possible, try to look for Derry as best as possible, but Pex is pretty much the forgotten one in the entirety of homeboys. If you notice, he's actually taking out QVJ's ultimate, going in with the Rhythm of Joy and clearing out the rest of the backline for Bleed.
So now the main thing that we need to remember is that the inhibitor turrets in the top lane and the middle lane for homeboys has been taken down. They did manage to take down the Lord, but that only gave them a temporary relief. In the eyes of Bleed, it doesn't matter at all that they got the Lord. It didn't matter that the middle lane second tier defense turret is down. Bleed, all they want to care about is to end the game with the eventual Lord. If they lose it, they can just do it over and over and over again. Because I don't think that there's at any point in time where homeboys will be capable of farming up to have more gold than homeboys, unless Bleed themselves make a mistake in terms of their number counts.
Okay, Virnocure punching down to JPL for now. But it's a little bit alarming for both these two teams. Right, homeboys, this is an early to mid-game draft. They're fighting in the late game right now. Bleed, on the other hand, they don't have a high ground. Their main strength and win con is to fight in front of the turrets, and that's what Bleed did, right? Literally, to the point they have to throw bodies just to make sure that doesn't happen.
This is the macro plays coming through for Bleed right now. It's been targeting the shelf. The vision orb is popped. They know where Bleed's location is revealed. Bleed was going to go for the loose man for homeboys, because they know that Virnocure is going to be on that offside, which leads to
that's a
blown.
That's a bloody hunt that we missed. Unfortunately, Dag. Oh, the Total Part Maverick will be able to tag. Not even FMM, and this time around, Virnocure coming in for the flank. Will be able to set it up. JBL, it's like he knew the only one left on the side of Bleed, apart from KVJ that's getting sold now by homeboy. JPL is like, you do not have to run for the hills. But there he is asking, where are you going, my good sir? Can I introduce you to more damage? JPL, that's really trying to buy time.
Oh my god.
Jeremy and Super Jocks at the same time. Virnocure left behind. JPL will be trying to do it, trying to buy some time. Bleed right here. They need to buy time. Don't forget. Right now, homeboy is knocking on Bleed's door. And this could be the very GG push. 4-member make it 5 on the side of homeboys. They're all here.
Oh, wait, what?
Derry catch kill VJ.
What?
Bloody hard. And ladies and gentlemen, homeboys has taken down Bleed.
Massive play, massive find. Finding the right target, taking out deck, and rendering Bleed useless for that last skirmish. Well played to homeboys.
I need to
That's
rewind that.
momentum